verse. That's something I've got to work on. When it comes to miracles, especially those done by, Jesus Christ, I I tend not to worry about the explanation, the understanding, whether it happened. I don't worry about that. You know what I mean? I just look at the overall book and what it's all about. But I heard you the other day explaining, actually, it might have been about a week ago, explaining the Immaculate Conception. And if I'm not mistaken, you stated that Jesus was the birth biological son of Joseph. Am I right when I say that?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay. With all that it says in the Bible, the New Testament, about the birth of Jesus, the Immaculate Conception, what is it that you, how do you explain that what we've been taught to believe is not true, and that the Bible does actually say Joseph was Jesus's biological father?
So if I had to use like one verse, like off the rip first, before I would explain, right, I would go to John 1 and 45,
Hmm.
where it says, Philip findeth Nathanael and saith unto him, We have found him of whom Moses and the law and the prophets did write, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. If I had to follow that up with another scripture before I go further, it would be Acts 2 and 20, no, not 25,
Or 2 and 30.
2 and 30, where it says, this is Acts 2 and 30. And this is when the Lord was speaking. I'll start at 29. It says, Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his sepulchre is with us unto this day. Therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that God had sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, he would raise up Christ to sit on the throne. Now, what these two scriptures clearly show is that they're speaking of something that took place before the New Testament that would certify who Christ was. So in this verse here, the fruit of the loins is talking about the fruit of a man. The fruit of a man is his children. And the Lord swore to
Right.
David that it would be his fruit or his son that Christ would come. So now, unless somebody can show where that oath that he made to David changed, where now it's just going to come from a woman only, it can only be through a man's lineage that Christ would come. And
Okay, I
so,
think that's what the oath to David is. What I was. Okay, exactly. Got you.
you know what I
Got you.
mean?
Got
And
you.
that oath,
Yeah.
for anybody that wants to know where the oath started, and if anybody has questions on this subject, because like the Immaculate Conception, and I know a lot of Christians that don't call themselves Roman Catholics don't like to use the term Immaculate Conception, but that's all you could ever call it. You can't call it anything else because Immaculate Conception is when they try to make Mary be sinless, almost like Mary was born with no sin, and that's why Christ had to be born through a woman only, because the man carries the sin, almost like your sperm is deadly, like having sperm is a sin. But that wouldn't match with the biblical text. So the oath that the Lord swore to David is in 2 Samuel 7 and 12, when he said, I'm gonna read 7 and 12 through 14. It says, And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. So even though the children of Israel are the son of God or the sons of God, in this particular instance, the Lord is showing how the son of David would be his special son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee, thy throne shall be established forever. So even when the angel was talking to Mary, the angel told Mary that Christ was going to sit on the throne of his father David. So he can't be of David unless he comes from David. I hope I answered the question.
Can I
Yes,
ask a
and now
question on that? Sorry.
so
Yeah, for
what,
sure.
real quick.